Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Lieber, and welcome once again to Hurst, Texas. Well, we're down to the finals of the Super Putter TV series here at the PPA-approved course in Hurst, just outside of the Fort Worth area. A lot of excitement to see who's going to come up with the $10,000 top prize. And working with me on the final, as they have been throughout this entire series, David Lloyd, who is the president of the Professional Putters Association, and Billy Packer on his left. And Dave, why don't you bring everybody up to date?
It's been an exciting 6 weeks, and the 7th week and the final week of the Super Putter Series. We started with an 8-person field. We had our first lady in the field 7 weeks ago, actually. We played to the semifinals, and now we're down to the finals. And really, when we come to this point, it's for all the marbles, because either Dick Florin or Ed Haggerty is going to take home a check for $10,000 for the first place prize. The runner-up will receive $2,500. We've had some excellent putting skills. You know, in the game of baseball, there's the World Series. In the game of football, there's the Super Bowl. This is, for the sport of putting, our Super Bowl. The Super Putter TV Series champion, $10,000. And Billy, tell us about Dick.
Well, we've got Dick Florin in here, and I think when this tournament started, David, we had the youth against the experience. And this is Mr. Experience and Mr. Consistency, the world putting champion in 70 and 76, the putter of the decade through the 70s. He has played outstanding putting throughout this particular tournament, and I think in Dick Florin we have a guy who's going to be prepped and ready to go to win this big $10,000 prize today.
And the challenger, a young man from your neck of the woods, Ed Haggerty, is from Charlotte, North Carolina. He won his way into this championship in outstanding style, defeating John Connor, 3 up and 2 to play, and eliminating Evelyn Florin, 5 up and 4 to play. He's 20 years old, from Charlotte, a sophomore at North Carolina State University, majoring in broadcasting. He was a former Rookie of the Year in 1978, and he is out today for the biggest prize of his professional putting career. Whether he gets it or not, well, we'll find out in the next 30 minutes. Back with the start of today's match in just a moment.
Dick and Ed, it's been quite some time since you had an opportunity to get back out here and get ready for this particular match. I know that during that interim period, Dick, you've had a chance to think about what you have an opportunity to obtain here today, and just how has your mind been working to get ready for this match?
Well, Billy, I've been thinking about a little bit how I started the 70s by winning the 1970 World Putting Championship, and here we are in 1980 starting off with a Super Putter Series, the first sort of major title that's available for the 80s, and having another opportunity to get my hands on it.
And here you have a man, the putter of the decade, Ed, that's prepared in that particular way. What have you been thinking about having to go up against a Dick Florin in a big match like this?
Well, I think Dick is probably one of the greatest putters that's ever played, and I have all the respect in the world for him. And I know that I'm going to have to make a lot of aces and play real well to beat him.
You've won about $10,000 in total earnings in your career. Today you've got an opportunity to actually double that in one match. Is that putting added pressure on you?
No, I don't think so. I'll just go out and try and play my game.
And Dick, the conditions today are very different than they were in previous matches. Is it going to alter the game at all?
I think it will, Billy. Both Ed and I have practiced under ideal conditions. Of course, today it looks ideal, but it's much more windy, and I don't expect the scores to be as good as they've been in past weeks.
Not going to put the bogus on you, but he's going to change his strategy on number 12 due to the wind. Are you going to think about that at all? You're going to have him closed out by 12?
Well, we're going to have to see what the match brings by number 12.
Super match coming up. Good luck to both of you fellas. I know it's going to be a great match for all of us to watch. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Frank, take it back.
Okay, Billy. We're ready to go. $10,000 on the line as the players get ready. Meeting there with Tommy Hogue, the tournament director. And number 1, pretty much a straight putt. Both players try to go front door on this. Dick Florin with the honors, 34-year-old banker from Georgia, after the biggest prize of his career. Straight roll up the rise and into the cup. So Dick Florin opens with an ace. Dick defeated Eddie Coy in the first round, 1 up, won his second round match against Joe Baker, hometown boy from Fort Worth, 4 up and 3 to play. Haggerty trying to match him on number 1, and does. So we open with aces.
Number 2 has been a hole in which throughout their matches they have aced every single time, both golfers.
It's an interesting statistic. See if they can keep it up.
Both play off the left rail.
Well, that's certainly unforeseen, hitting that pipe obstacle. First time that's happened.
First time that either of these men throughout this tournament have failed to ace number 2.
I think that's the first time we've seen any of our competitors. Well, the pressure must be telling a little early here on Dick Florin. Steps back and looks this over. This is for bogey now. All the holes here on the course are par 2s.
I didn't mean to psych anybody out, but there's a great deal of wind out there on the course today. And everybody has heard about the Texas winds, and that's what we have.
So Haggerty has a stroke to play with here. Gets down in 2. He will be 1 up in this match in the second hole.
Exactly the same thing. Now, what I think is happening out there is that the wind, and you can see Ed's shirt blowing quite a bit there, may have changed the position of where you want to go ahead and hit the ball on these rails.
Well, that may be interesting, not only for this hole, but a few others.
That's right.
Obstacles that are problem. Look at this.
Hard to believe, and actually, he's got a very, very difficult shot here.
That's a 2-inch rise plateau, and that is a difficult putt back under the best conditions.
Yes, it is. You can see the leaves and the trees blowing in the back. Really probably has dried the
This is to have the hole.
He doesn't have it.
No.
Sir, and you think the pressure's not on this young fellow. Considering that they both aced that hole every single time they played in the previous matches, to see that that was not the case.
That's the first time I can recall in our series that someone has won a hole with a bogey.
That's for sure. Straight front door.
Number 3. Haggerty 1 up. And again, difficulties. Of course, the players have had an opportunity to practice out here and check these conditions out.
The winds have dried this course out a great deal.
Tommy Hogue, the official, giving him the clearance, the quote-unquote free drop, so to say.
You know, Frank, both of us get involved with a lot of different sports over the course of the year, but people don't realize that there's no time whatsoever in this kind of match to readjust yourself. It goes by so quickly, and that pressure is there from the very start.
Haggerty with a chance to even things up here with an ace.
See, the ball is really rolling quickly, and he hits it. Haggerty had aced that in every one of his previous matches also. He'd been really strong down this stretch from number 2 on through number 8.
Match is even as we go to the 4th hole.
Here's the first time we have a speed hole, and they have to let that ball stop around the cup right on the plateau. Let's see how it's affected. Drops off.
You think it'll never get there, but it does. That is 3 aces. 3 aces and a 4 for Haggerty on his sheet, which is a little unusual.
Well, you remember in his first match, he had 7 aces in a row in this stretch.
Dick Florin trying to match it and keep the match even through 4 holes. It's coming.
Look good.
On to number 5 we go.
And here's where the golfers play this hole a little bit differently. Ed Haggerty hits off the right rail and Dick Florin off the left rail.
Haggerty has shown that he is a streak putter. When he gets it going, he really gets it going. 3, 4, 5, 6 aces in a row. He's had 3 now. It's 2 under par so far in the front 9. Match is even. Florin, of course, will have to ace this hole.
Notice how Dick's going off the opposite rail here. See if he gets his truer roll. Didn't stay with that with his right hand.
It's going to have to come.
No, sir. He did not stay with that putt with his right hand at all. It's his normal follow-through.
So Florin loses the hole and goes 1 down in the match. We move on to the 6th hole. Interesting front 9. $10,000 to the winner, $2,500 to the loser, so quite a bit of difference.
A little bit of debris there blown onto the course. But this course is in beautiful condition, not only the putting surfaces, but also just the surroundings.
We should mention again what a great job Ken Smith and his staff have done in preparing for our
little strong
series. Short putt left for his par. bit too much speed that time for Ed Haggerty.
Straight through the obstacles. Sometimes when you hit it firm enough, if you don't happen to catch the cup, it can come back through the back door, but they try to go straight in here.
This man was voted putter of the decade for the 1970s and the world putting champion in 1970 and 1976. And an ace for Dick Florin enables him to pull up even at the end of 6 holes.
Number 7 has proved to be quite easy also for these putters in previous matches. They've aced it every time.
It's pretty much a straight putt.
Straight putt, and they both go straight front door, up over the little rise to the plateau. There's that very familiar open stance that Dick Florin uses.
Keep in mind
Notice how his right hand stayed with that putt as opposed to the previous putt that he came up a little short, but blown a little bit to the left.
Less than a foot remaining for his par.
Another opening for Mr. Haggerty. You know, I wonder today if it's not better not to have the honors so that you can see exactly where the ball is going.
That's a good point. Ace here gets him the lead, and he has it back once again. Haggerty goes 1 up on number 7. A lot of tough holes ahead.
Both play off the left rail first. It's a double bank here.
Obstacle kind of hides the hole here. That'll have to come.
He has a chance to be lucky.
Oh.
He was. That's not the way he wanted to play the hole. You can tell that certain holes are playing much quicker than others, and Ed Haggerty wanted that to hit both rails. Didn't work out.
Well, Haggerty took the lead on number 7, which is what he did against Evelyn Florin, and then really took off at that point in the semifinal match. In fact, he was 3 up at the end of 9.
Same thing may happen.
Well, Dick's going to see to that he stays just 1 down as we go to the 9th hole. Left break on this putt.
Breaks left. They both try to go straight into the front door. Ed
Almost
jumped
caught
back.
that obstacle.
Yes,
didn't it?
he lost his stance there. He's very disappointed with himself, I know.
Haggerty, the 4th leading money winner in 1979, has never won one of the big tournaments.
Well, when you consider that his total money winnings in a very short period of time, though, it's not to say anything negative about it, have been roughly $10,000. He has a chance to win that much right here.
An ace here by Dick Florin, and we will go to the turn absolutely dead even. He's 1 down at this point.
That's going to go left.
So a short tap-in remains, and Florin will go to the turn 1 down in what's been a very, very interesting match thus far. Haggerty 4 under par on the front 9, and Dick Florin 3 under par. And we'll be back with more from Hearst, Texas in just a moment.
Well, Dick, you don't get an opportunity in a super match like this to win many holes with a 3, but number 2 presented some real problems.
It certainly did. I think it was just a case of both Ed and I got bad kicks off the rail. I had where I wanted to hit, and it just kicked off right into the pipe. And Ed mentioned to me that he actually tried to hit a little bit longer. We both play the same shot. He hit a little bit longer on the rail just to try and get up top for a safe 2, which is the thing to do under those conditions. And he got a bad kick also.
Talking about the conditions, Ed, there's a great deal of wind out here today, and how is that affecting your play, particularly on the straight-in putts?
Well, it hasn't affected me so far, but I know on number 3 and number 7, Dick got a bad roll with the wind. The ones that I've missed, I've just missed my mark.
Just missed your mark out there. Well, the match is about as even as it can be.